Hello, my bomb blowers and module masters, and today I am here with another Keep Talking and Nobody Exposed modded module tutorial, and today I am here with the module Who's Simon. Who's Simon is a vanilla swirl module, released in Speaking Evil's second wave of them. This module combines, as you may expect, Who's on first and Simon Says, and this module is known for having a very complicated manual that's not easy to understand. Let's go ahead and get started with the tutorial. This module does not require any edge work, so as soon as we get our bomb, we can get started.
All available experts, please report to room A9.
So here's Who's Simon. It looks just like Who's on first. The display is going to be any of these 12 possible displays. And the buttons no longer have labels, but they do have colors, and 3 of them will be flashing. First things first, we're going to note down the 3 colors that are flashing. It is blue, blue, green. Alright. So for each of the 3 stages of this module, we're going to input a number of inputs equal to the number of flashes. So for stage 1, we're going to be inputting 3. How do we get those inputs? We're going to look at these lists here. Which list do we start at? Well, let's refer to these rules. For stage 1, we're going to look at the color or position in the display. When the module tells you to look at something, it wants you to take the literal text of whatever it's telling you to look at. So for stage 1, we're going to take the display text. So we're going to use bottom left. We're going to take bottom left and find the table with that text, which is this one. Now these are going to be a bit confusing because they are positions themselves, but they map you to different positions. So for bottom left here, it's going to map to middle right instead. So what we're going to do is take the color of the middle right button, that's green. We're going to take the green list, and that's going to be our initial list for this stage. Each of the inputs will be gathered from the list. However, for each input, we may have to go to a different list. Whether or not we do that is determined by these instructions. So for stage 1, first off, let's grab our first input, which will be blue. Let's see if we need to change it. If the color in the sequence of flashes, so we're referring to this blue, occurs at or later than
Emergency
its position in the list.
Personnel, please return to your stations.
So this blue occurs at or later than its position in the list we're in. Blue occurs first in the sequence of flashes. So for the first input, it would have to be the first in the list for this rule to apply, which it is. If we were on the second input on the blue list, the rule would still apply because blue comes later than its position in the list. It's second in the flashes and first in the list. So this rule applies, so what we're going to do is go to the list corresponding to the color in the list. So all go to means is to just move to a different list. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the color in the list. That's going to be blue. So we're going to go to the blue list. And when we go to, we're going to delete the input we got previously and replace it with the color in the same position in the new list. So we're at the first position. We're going to grab the first position in the blue list, which is yellow. And that's going to be our first input. Now we're going to take the second color in the list as orange. Let's see if we need to replace it. If blue occurs at or later than its position in the list, blue does not occur in the first or second position. So blue is second in the flashes, so we're going to look at the first 2 positions of the list. It does not occur here, so this is going to be our second input. Finally, let's take the third in the list, which is blue. If the color in the sequence of flashes, green, occurs at or later than its position in the list, green is not any of the first 3 colors in this list, meaning this blue is going to be our final input for stage 1, so we're going to input the colors yellow, orange, and blue. That is a successful stage, and the module is going to keep beeping at us for the rest of the time we're doing it, so I'm actually going to turn down the volume. Peace and quiet. Okay, on to stage 2. What are our flashes? We have yellow, orange, green, orange. Yogo. First, we need to determine if the display is a color or position. It is a color. We're going to look at the position of the button that is the displayed color. The button that is green is the middle left button. So we're going to look at middle left, which is this diagram. This gives us top left, which gives us purple, which means we're going to look at the purple list. Alright. The first color in the list is red. Let's see if we need to change it. If the color in the list, so our red here, occurs at or later than its position in the flashes, so red does not occur at or later than the first flash, the first position, first flash, so it does not occur at or later than its position in the list. Something that would count later than, if we had a yellow for our third color, this occurs later than its position in the flashes. It's the third position in the list here, and it is the first in the flashes. So this rule would apply because this third yellow that we're asking about occurs later than this first yellow in what we're comparing to. But that's not what's happening here. This red does not occur at or later than its flashes, so red is going to be our first input. Next, we're going to take blue. Blue does not occur at or later than its position in the flashes. Blue is not present in yellow or orange. Next, we'll consider green. Green is at its position in the flashes. We were considering the yellow, orange, and green here, and green is in this set here, so we're going to go to a different list. We're going to look at the position of the button that flashed. So the green button, this is the flashing sequence, is in the middle left. Middle left gives us top left gives us purple, so we're going to go to the purple list. The fact that we map back to the list we're already at doesn't really matter. We're just going to take the third color from this quote-unquote new list, which is green, and that's our final input for the third input. Finally, let's take this orange. Orange does occur at or later than its position in the flashes. It matches the fourth position, and it occurs later than the second orange here in the flashes. So we're going to go to a new list. We're going to look at the position of the orange button, which is middle right this time. Middle right gives us bottom left, which is the yellow button, so we're going to move to the yellow list, and we're going to take the fourth color from this list, which is yellow. So our final inputs for this stage are red, blue, green, yellow. Do note that if the sequence resets flashing, the input will reset. Time for stage 3. Our flashes for this stage are... Come on, a reset, please. Come on. Thank you. Green, yellow, orange, purple, yellow. Copy. First off, is our display a color or position? It is a color. We're going to look at the position of the button that is a displayed color, same as stage 2. So we're going to look at the top right, which gives us this diagram, which gives us middle left. Middle left is purple. However, we're going to look at the obtained color. So we're going to look at purple now. Purple gives us middle right, which gives us blue, and now we're going to go to the blue list. Our first color list is yellow. If the color of the list, this yellow, does not occur in the flashes, yellow occurs twice in the flashes, in fact, so we're not going to go to a new color. Next, let's check the orange. Orange occurs in the flashes. We're going to move on to the next input, blue. Blue does not occur in the flashes. Is the display color a position? It is a color. We're going to look at the color in the list. We're going to look at blue. So let's look at blue. Blue gives us bottom right, which is orange. We're going to take orange and go to orange. We're going to take the third color in the list, which is red, and that's our third input. Next up, we have a blue. Once again, blue is still not on the list, so we're going to do this again, and I'll tell you now it's going to map back to orange because the color in the list is still blue, so the display is still a color. So we're going to look at blue, and blue gives us bottom right orange, and we're going to go to orange. So we're going to go back here, which means we're going to map back to blue. And then finally, purple. Purple is in the flashes. So here are our final inputs for stage 5. Yellow, orange, red, blue, purple. And that is a solved Who's Simon. I'll do one more. I went through that pretty fast, but if you have any questions, please ask in the comments, but I'll just do another example just to do one. First stage, we're looking at the display. Top right. Top right gives us middle left, which is orange. Orange is our first list. I forgot to get the flashes down. Let me get that now. Red, purple, red. First input is orange. Red, it does not occur at or later than its position in the list. It would have to be first. Next up is a yellow. Purple does not occur in the first two positions in the list. Then finally, red. Red does occur earlier. This red does occur at its position in the list. It would also apply if red was one of the first two. So we're going to get rid of this red. We're going to go to red, which gives us yellow. And the inputs are orange, yellow, yellow. Stage 2. What are our flashes? Blue, blue, yellow, purple? Yeah, okay. Displays a position. We're going to look at the color of the button in the position. The bottom left button is blue this time, so we're going to look at blue now. Blue gives us the bottom right, which gives us orange. That's our first list. Orange. Orange does not occur at or later in its position in flashes. It is not the first color in the flashes. Yellow is not blue or blue. Red is not blue, blue, or yellow. And then blue is blue. So we're going to change this input. We're going to look at the position of purple, which is middle right. Middle right, we're looking at middle right of bottom left, which is blue. We're going to go to the blue list, take the new fourth color, which is purple, and that's our fourth input. Orange, yellow, red, purple. Finally, displays a color. We're going to look at the position of green, bottom right. Bottom right gives us top right, which is purple. Now we're going to look at purple. Purple is middle right, which is yellow, which is our first list. Give me the flashes. Please reset. Please reset. Blue, red, orange, orange, yellow. Okay. First off, green. Green is not in the flashes, so that we're going to change our input first thing first. The display is a color. We're going to look at green. We're going to look at green. So top right gives us purple, and that's our new list. Take the first flash, red. Second color is blue. That is in the flashes. Next up is green, which is not in our flashes. So we're going to go to a different list. It's going to be the same list because display still color. We're going to look at green. Green will give us top right, which is purple. Purple is still the list we're on. So we're not changing our list. We're going to take green as our third input. Next, we're going to take orange, which is in our inputs, which is in the flashes, and then yellow, which is in the flashes. Red, blue, green, orange, yellow. And that is a solved Who's Simon. Thank you for watching the tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it, and have a nice day.